we're going to be drawing this vector takeout box in Adobe Illustrator. This is the first tutorial of a two-part project. In my next video, we will use this illustration for a funny GIF you can put in an email for Valentine's Day. To start, here is the color palette that we'll be using. I've shown the colors in RGB since we'll be using it for the GIF project. Be sure to set these colors up in advance in your Illustrator file. The file size I'm working in is an artboard of 1920 by 1080 pixels. All right, let's get into it. To start, I've laid out all the size shapes you will need for the box and the pagoda icon. Please pause the video here and work on creating these based on the specs I've supplied. Once you do so, start the video and we can piece it all together. See you soon. Now that we get all the elements, let's build the pagoda. Select all the elements except for the red boxes of the pagoda and move them to the right. Then select the red pagoda and go to align so you can center the elements. Next, select View, Snap to Point, and move the boxes so they are completely touching top to bottom and are stacked on top of each other. Now we will take the top square and rotate it. Remove the bottom point and close the shape so it is a triangle. Then select the three long horizontal rectangles. These are the curved edges of the roof. Once you select them all, you can use the white selection tool and curve in all the edges completely. Then go up to Effect, Warp, Arc, and make the arc -11%. Now I want you to grab those three curved shapes and go to Object, Expand Appearance. You can then grab the first rectangle and the triangle above the curved roof shapes. You will need to select Warp Arc and select Squeeze at 20% as we want these shapes to have a concave shape to them. You will then grab the two bottom points on the triangles and pull them down so they connect to the curved roof. Then go to Object, Expand Appearance. Next, pull out the points on the bottom to almost the edge of the curved roof. Hold Shift while dragging these points out so the point doesn't jump up or down on the horizontal axis. Then to the top 2 points of that shape, pull the blue line so it's straight up and down to help the shape flow into the top rectangle better. Do that exact same thing on the shape above it. You will then go to Pathfinder Unite to connect the concave shape with the curved roof. You will then grab the points I have selected here and with your white cursor, round the edges. You can do that by grabbing the point and holding Shift while dragging the cursor out. Next, grab the top triangle and move it down so it's touching the roof. Then go to Object, Expand Appearance. Next, you can go to the top of the pagoda and grab the top point and curve it slightly so it has a rounder, softer point. Then you can grab the top two shapes and go Window, Pathfinder, Unite. Select the points I have shown and curve the edge. Then grab all the red shapes of the pagoda and go to Pathfinder, Unite. Now, let's add the windows. You can move over the three white squares and the red circle. We will start by selecting the top points of each of these squares. Hold Shift while dragging outward, and this will round the tops off completely. Then move them over and center them with the pagoda. You can then select all the shapes and go Window, Pathfinder, -Front. Next, move the red circle over. You can drag a guide down from the ruler to show where you will need to end the circle on each side of the pagoda. On this ruler, add a pen tool point on each side. Then use the Direct Selection tool, which is the white arrow, and remove the very bottom point of the circle. You can then go to the stroke panel and choose the rounded edge. Adjust the alignment of the circle as needed to how you think looks best. Awesome job! Let's work on the box next. We're almost done. Next, I want you to move over these two rectangles to the artboard. Go up and select the Direct Selection tool and select the bottom left point. Drag in that point while holding Shift to around 65 pixels. Then grab the point on the lower right side, shift and drag to negative 65 pixels. Now top and left align the white rectangle to this larger gray shape. This is the folded lid of the box. Do the same here with the direct selection. Grab the lower points and move it in 65 pixels on the left and negative 65 pixels on the right. Next, move the darker gray shape onto the artboard. This is the lid's shadow. Move it right under the lid so the top and bottom points are perfectly matched up. Then grab the Direct Selection tool and move in the bottom left point to 14 pixels, and then the opposite side to negative 14 pixels. Remember to hold Shift so the point doesn't bump up or down. Now grab the two oval yellow circles and place them behind the box. The left should be slightly higher. Then you will grab your pen tool and select the color white. Watch how I draw the side lids and match. Then flip and rotate that shape you just created so it is mirrored on the other side of the box. Zoom in close to make sure all the points are lined up. Now it's time to draw the noodles. Select the darkest yellow, then grab your paintbrush tool. Drag and shift while drawing these noodle lines. You can arc them so they follow the same curve as the lighter ovals. You can always redo them over and over until they look just right. Once you're happy, select all of those lines and make them 2 points. Now grab the yellow chopstick. Go to Transform and rotate it to 65 degrees. You can then taper the points on the bottom. Then move the top box elements above this chopstick. Now you can place the pagoda on your box and you're done. Part 2 of this tutorial will be in my next video, where I'll walk you through the steps of animating and sharing this GIF by email. I hope you found this helpful and happy creating!